Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. This is the Python mentor here, helping you master Python step by step. So in this lecture, we're going to be learning about aggregation. Now, like I mentioned in the last lecture, for those of you that are brand new, you can look at the playlist in the link of the description. There is a link there, and you can just click in there and look at the playlist, the whole playlist for the course, all right? But anyway, so in the last lecture, we took a look at composition. On this one, we're going to talk about something very similar, which is aggregation. Now, aggregation is a type of relationship, an object relationship in object-oriented programming that's very similar to what we did on the last lecture, composition. Now, with composition, we noticed that we were creating a object internally here. Okay, we're creating this relationship internally. We are basically instantiating this guy and assigning it, right, to this attribute, right? So in aggregation, we actually don't do that. So let me show you what we do in aggregation. Aggregation, I'm gonna create another files here so that I don't mess things up, all right? So in a composition, one object owns another, right? This object owns customer, right? So if the parent dies, this guy dies, right? The child usually goes with it. Okay, I'm going to show you that later. Now, that's in composition. Now, in aggregation, which is what we are about to do, one object uses or manages others. Okay, that's the difference. We don't have this. We don't create this internally. Okay, they can exist independently. So that's what we're going to do. Instead of passing this here, what we're going to do is we're going to pass it from the outside. We're going to pass the ownership from the outside. So that way this class exists independently outside, doesn't depend on this guy here to survive, right? Simple as that. And now we come here and we create the customer separately. So we'll come here, we'll say customer one, and we'll create the customer, right? We need the name and the email. So we'll say Jose, and the email of Jose is jose@gmail.com. So now we have this customer, and all we got to do is pass it into the class, the bank account. Simple as that. So we'll just go ahead and delete all this stuff. We don't need this information here since we're going to be passing in the owner, which is customer. As a matter of fact, we don't need the uppercase C there. I was just being silly. There we go. And we pass that in there. But this is actually missing something here. It was not close. Oh, right there. Okay? Very key difference here. All right, in the composition, we create the class, we create the instantiation, that object inside one of the classes, inside one of these blueprints, right? But in aggregation, we create that independently from outside, and then we pass it in, right? So let's not worry too much about if this code actually works or not. I haven't really checked or changed any values here, rather than just showing you what the difference between composition and aggregation here, okay? So, so aggregation and composition are both types of relationships between objects. Remember that this is a concept, all right? They describe how classes connect to each other, not specific code recipes. There's just a connection, a relationship. The one is created internally, and this one, composition, is created internally, and this one is passed from the outside, okay? So that way now, customer doesn't depend on this guy to survive, right? So if bank account closes or whatever, let me show you right now, as a matter of fact. So let me see, hopefully this actually works, because I haven't really checked anything else in here. But let me see, let me just execute this. And it says init is missing two required arguments. I had an idea this was gonna happen, all right? But anyway, what we could do here, if we remove all the errors that we got, is that we could delete account number one here. We could do this manually, right? We can execute the destructor, and you can still will be able to access customer one, all right? It doesn't destroy it. The destructor doesn't destroy it. Okay, that's just one way to find out. Let me see if we have time to fix this error here. So the error was that we had a bunch of stuff here that we're not using, like emails and all this stuff. We just need this. All right, let's see. Customer object has no owner. All right. Owner. Okay, I see that. This is for deposit. Yeah. That's fine here. Let me see what line that is. Let me see. Line 747. So line 7. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me clear that out real quick. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. While I'm here, let me also change the name of this file here to be correct. Aggregation with 2 G's, okay? There we go. All righty. Done. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Remember to like the videos. Remember to subscribe. And if you have any comments, you know where to find me. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys on the next following lectures.